You know, sometimes I wonder if this old Schwinn brings me good luck. I mean, look, here it's a, you know, mostly a 1958 model. And I'm here on Hochelaga Street. And what do I see here? Look at that. A classic Chevy Master Deluxe 1940. And, you know, like most Chevrolets, this has a good survival rate. Even though it's pre-war, they made so many of these fucking cars. They were such great sellers, you know. And this is when actually Chevrolet was starting to beat out Ford in production, and of course both models being really beautiful at the time, as you know. And yeah, floor that V8 power Grumman. All right. Anyway, so yeah, so my new friend here, the owner of this garage there, they do you know, mechanics on cars. They do custom choppers, Harleys, and things like that. Right on, you know, whatever pays the bills, as they say, as long as it's done with passion and vigor. And this Chevy is, I didn't get to ask him much about it because he's a busy guy, you know, like any guy who owns his own garage. But this car's got a nice kind of a British racing green type of color, you know. Got the wide wall tires, got the correct original dog dish hubcaps. Well, they look original, I don't know if they are. I like how it has the Quebec plate there that's unrestored. That's really nice also. That's very cool. And you can see this old Chevy's got an, you know, it's an old restoration for sure. There's no way, very rare for a car this old to be original condition. I'll show you something here. You see this piece over here? That was for your ventilation. Oh, look at that Ford. That was for your ventilation. There's a switch under the dash there that just pops that open, and then you get some fresh air going through there. And it comes out under the dash there. Yeah, it's a nice condition. Suicide doors. Has all four-door sedans, I believe, that were American made, were all suicide doors. You got your running board here, which actually I think this was about the last year's 40 to 42. I think 42. Yeah, that was like the last year for running boards. My new friend here, he says he's only had this car actually a few weeks or a couple weeks. It's in lovely condition. Look at that, right? Original, right down to the radio. Hey, it's got a radio, man. That was a big deal back then. That's bonus points, because even if it doesn't fucking work, why? Because radios in cars, the first car that had radio was 1938. And yeah, I see an old paint here underneath, right here. Looks like this car used to be blue. Yeah, right on. You know a vehicle is fucking old when it's got the hinges outside, eh? Right there, you can see the hinges there. Yeah, right on, right on. Yeah, it's got a stove bolt 6 for sure. When a car is this original, I doubt it has a 283 in it, or 327 or 350. It's a 216 cubic inch, big straight 6-cylinder engine. You know, manual gearbox. Again, got hinges outside of the trunk here. It's very typical, you know, guys who are into collectibles, or especially guys who are into Harley Davidsons, they're often into old cars. That's how it goes. It just goes hand in hand. It's just part of the illustrious past of the American culture, when things were built to last and were, you know, made in the USA, made in Canada. Everything was made here, you know. And something funny about that steering wheel, though. Oh my God, is it ever hot in here? Holy shit. I think there's something weird about the steering wheel. I could be wrong. Yeah, that's original upholstery, man, I'm sure. Yeah, this you see the stain there on the door panel? Yeah, that's typical, unfortunately, of old cars, that they weren't made to be outside in the rain for a long time, so the water got inside where the vent window, between the vent window and the window itself, and stained. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that, opens nice and tight. Ah, it's got an old Castrol, like an oil change sticker on there. She's a beauty. What's that? Another imported car that sounds American. I was telling that to somebody recently. I said, you know, in the old days, that wouldn't even have been, you would have never heard that. I mean, you would have never heard that in a foreign car, sorry. Yeah, lovely old car. Lovely old car, man. Chevrolet, as Corvair Wild would say. Anyway, that's about it. So I'm pretty satisfied. I'm gonna keep floating along here on this very hot day. Humidity's up there. Maybe it's gonna be a severe thunderstorm later. You hear that? That's the sound of the worst invention ever made. The most useless invention ever made, actually. On that note, party on, and adios.